It's finally been confirmed that Froakie Community Day is going to be happening in the month of August, and I'm actually really excited about this one. It seems like Niantic is not holding back when it comes to this particular Community Day. I'm going to be explaining all of the details behind this event in this video, so let's jump right into it. Yo, how's it going everyone? It's me, it's Jinsula. I hope you're having a good day and welcome to today's Pokemon Go video. Alright, we need to talk about Froakie Community Day because this is something that a lot of players have been looking forward to, and I'm actually thinking that they are going to live up to the hype. Just like with every other Community Day, this event is going to feature one Pokemon and it's going to have an increased shiny chance, and it is also going to be the debut of that particular shiny, and we're also going to be getting a couple of new moves for the evolved form, which I will get into more later, but let's first go over the details of this event. Froakie Community Day is going to be happening on August 13th from 2 o'clock p.m. to 5 o'clock p.m. local time. Trainers, we're excited to announce that Froakie, the Bubble Frog Pokemon, will be featured during August Community Day. The featured Pokemon is of course going to be Froakie, and we're also going to be seeing the shiny debut of this Pokemon during this event. I'm really glad that Niantic is going back to debuting shinies through Community Day, because for a while now it seems like a lot of Community Days were repeat shinies. Like, we just had Poliwag, and that is an old shiny, but it was kind of an interesting case because Poliwag's shiny form is a bit rare, so it still felt really fresh and exciting, at least for me, and I'm really glad that they're at least debuting new shinies through Community Days this year. Personally, I think Froakie's shiny form looks really cool, and the evolved form Greninja also has a neat shiny form as well. Some people will make the argument that the shiny form is not that much different, but I actually still think it looks good on this particular Pokemon. Now, as with every Community Day, the featured attack is what actually is worthwhile, because the gameplay implications behind the Community Day moves is always something substantial. Well, when it comes to Greninja, it is actually the case here. Every Froakie that you evolve into Greninja is going to have the Charge Attack Hydro Cannon, which is of course the typical move for Water-type starter Pokemon that get a Community Day. But the other thing is that Greninja is also going to be getting Water Shuriken. This is not going to be a Community Day exclusive move, so after this Community Day, you will be able to get this fast attack through regular TMs. I'm not necessarily going to get into the battle implications behind Water Shuriken, but rest assured it is going to be a very powerful move. Greninja unfortunately does not have a Mega Evolution, so it's not necessarily going to be the absolute top tier, but it is definitely going to be one of the best non-Mega and non-Shadow Pokemon that you can get. And eventually, there will be Shadow Froakie in the game, and I do think that Shadow Greninja is going to be extremely powerful. It might actually be the best water type outside of Primal Kyogre. So yeah, is it worth investing into a really good Greninja this Community Day? Yes, it will be for sure. Now, the other highlight of this Community Day is definitely the event bonuses, because like I said at the beginning of this video, it doesn't seem like Niantic is holding back when it comes to this particular Community Day. For Froakie Community Day, we're going to be getting 3 times Stardust for catching Pokemon, 2 times Candy for catching Pokemon, 2 times the chance for trainers level 31 and up to receive Candy XL from catching Pokemon, Lure modules activated during the event lasting for 3 hours, Incense lasting for 3 hours, taking snapshots will yield the Community Day Pokemon, and there will be 1 additional special trade that you can make for up to 3 for the day. The Stardust cost for trades will also be cut down in half. These bonuses will be from 2 o'clock p.m. to 5 o'clock p.m. local time during the event hours, so if you want to get yourself a ton of Stardust and a lot of Froakie candy, then make sure you go all out. I highly suggest you use your star pieces during this event, because this is going to be an insanely good Stardust grind. The best thing you could do for yourself is to save up 6 star pieces and make sure they are running around the clock during this event, and go to a local grind spot that has a lot of cluster spawns. The best places to go is of course highly populated areas or different plazas and parking lots. They typically have a lot of spawn points that actually get activated during these sort of events, so you will want to plan ahead. And something that I personally like to do is use spotlight hours to determine where the best cluster spawns are. It's not necessarily about getting a good Froakie during this event, it's about getting a lot of Froakie candy and a lot of Froakie XL candy, so that eventually when there is a Shadow Froakie in the game, you will have a lot of candy on hand so that you could power it up right away. And then finally, there is of course the way to extend Community Day hours through those special 4-star raids. That is something that will be available for this Community Day, so if you're not able to play this Community Day during these set hours, you can have additional Froakie spawns through completing these 4-star raids. So yeah, overall, super excited about this Community Day. I'm really liking the fact that Niantic is adding a whole bunch of bonuses that are actually relevant, and I actually think this Pokemon is going to make a significant impact on the gameplay. I really do not know how it's going to fare in PvP, but at least for raid battles, it is going to be among the top tier for water type raid damage. So I'm really excited about this one, and I'm really hoping I end up with a high IV shiny, but we'll just have to wait and see. It's going to be all about my luck. And yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Definitely share your thoughts regarding this Community Day down below. What are you looking forward to when it comes to Froakie Community Day? Do you plan to use yourself a Greninja after this Community Day? Definitely share why, and let's have a great discussion. And yeah, thank you for making it all the way to this point in the video. If you ended up enjoying it and found it to be informative, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if it's your first time here. And don't forget that little bell so you can stay up to date on whenever I upload videos. And I want to give a quick shout out to my patrons on Patreon. You, of course, make this channel content possible. If you want to interact with me in some way within Pokemon Go, then do consider becoming a patron on Patreon, because that is how you can become a permanent friend on my friends list. So yeah, all my patrons get a permanent spot, and I typically try to invite them to every single remote raid, and you know, it's been pretty good with my remote raiders, like with my Patreon supporters. So if you want to join up in that, then do consider becoming a patron on Patreon. You could do so by checking out the links in the description below. And as always, if you want to support my channel in a non-monetary way, you could do so by following me on social media. My handle is @Jinsula on both Twitter and Instagram. Go and give me a follow on those sites, and that would be extremely helpful. And yeah, that's going to be it. I'm Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself, and I'll catch you all later.